Hi there, my name is Professor Stewart. Welcome to CCRI's English 1005 College Writing, the summer session. Today we will be going over the course syllabus and looking a little bit at Blackboard functionality. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you need to know is the left-hand panel in Blackboard has all of the links to the resources that we'll need. So assignments will be due each Sunday and Wednesday for this summer session, and you'll see there's a unit folder for each. So you'll just click right on those. We got the announcement, which is the current landing page. Be sure to read that because that's got all the important information to get us started. There's a Meet Your Instructor tab. Here's our syllabus, which we'll be looking at in a moment. Course blog, where we're going to go in and do the first couple assignments here, and you just click on create journal entry to do that. We'll be looking at netiquette, tech how to. Those are listed as assignments, so please don't rush through them, because if I get questions that are answered there, then I'll know that you didn't actually do it. So be sure to just take your time here, go around and get comfortable. Okay, but let's get started here on our syllabus. So the first thing we need to know is how to get a hold of me. And so the best way to get a hold of me is to email one of these emails here. My CCRI email is a great way to ask quick questions. The Gmail account is more of a place to send documents, and we'll be doing co-editing and things like that. For example, you'll do a rough draft, I'll make comments, share it back to you, you'll make revisions and share it back to me, etc. Okay, so the Gmail is stuff might get lost in there. So you have a quick question for me, send it to my CCRI email. Any writing course here at CCRI, you need a C to pass. So C is passing in this class. The outcomes, I'll let you take a look at those. The writing originality statement, which will be one of your first assignments, will be agreeing to the statement. I'll take a moment here and read through this. While this course takes a nuanced approach to the use of generative AI tools to help develop ideas and brainstorm, all work submitted for grading must be completed without generative AI assistance such as Grammarly, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. Okay, and so in this class, we'll be studying the writing process, which means brainstorming, outlining, drafting, revising, and editing. And so in that brainstorming phase, you are welcome to use AI or search on the internet, etc. And you don't really have to you don't have to cite that so much. But once you're past that brainstorming phase, then it's up to you to be transparent, and that moves us into the first point here. So if you do use AI tools at any point during your process, then it's your responsibility to give me a note somewhere, either within the assignment or when you share a Google Doc, you're able to include a note attached to that, and you can put it there too. Okay, and so anything, a lot of students use Grammarly. In a writing course, I want to get to know your writing voice, and so that is completely obliterated by Grammarly because it creates this homogeneous voice. So I'd appreciate it if you do your best and try your hardest and show me where you're at. In addition, Google Translate comes out very robotic. So any of these tools that you may use in other parts of your life, I would encourage you to set by the side and just try to do your best and give me your best try at these assignments. If there is a question, moving on to the next point, integrity, if there's a question about did the student do their own thinking and writing here, then I will churn the work through a plagiarism checker or an AI output detector. An AI output detector gives the likelihood of something being AI, and so it might give me 25%, right? Which, okay, I can accept that. I mean, anybody's writing is some percentage of sort of predictability. But if it's in the 90s, etc., then you'll be getting an email from me. So don't use Grammarly, don't use Google Translate, programs, things like that. Just do your best here, all right? And the final point in this writing originality statement, we have transparency, integrity, and assistance. So whether you're a painter or musician or a writer, you always want to, show your work to people, like, hey, what do you think? So share your writing with friends and family, and also consider visiting one of the CCRI writing centers, and that's a great way to get free tutoring help. Okay, course grading, 40% for our essays, initial essays, the final research essays, 30%. You'll see the final exam is 10%, and then the rest of our work that we do will be in that 20%. All the course resources are in Blackboard, so again, please go in there and look at everything you can and get comfortable with it. Due dates and late policy. All written assignments must be submitted by the time and date they're due. For each day an assignment is late, your grade will be reduced by 1 half-letter grade. It's your responsibility to get late work to me as soon as possible. I will not accept work that is more than a week late. If your assignment's turned in after 1 week, you'll receive an F grade for that assignment. The final exam will not be accepted late, and that's the reflective essay. Grading is entered into Blackboard as a number, and so you'll be able to follow in the course grade column in Blackboard. You'll be able to see what your live grade is at any point during the session, and then at the end I take that course grade and just convert it to a letter using this chart, and that's your final grade. Note there's no D grades in this chart because C is passing in all CCRI writing courses. In all of our written work, we'll be following MLA formatting style, which is used in English departments across the country, and this just means double space, 12-point font, 1-inch margins, no cover page needed. And then it's going to get a little more complicated when we get to citation, but that'll come later. Again, please complete all assignments, read all assignments, and give it your best effort. If you've done that and you're still uncertain about something, then feel free to reach out with an email. Technology requirements. We will be using Google Drive and Blackboard in here. So if you don't have a Gmail, you'll want to set one up. It's free. It's easy to do. And so those are the primary tools we'll be using. When you share work, you're going to use that blue share button in the top right of your Google Doc. If you're more comfortable with Word, for example, or some people work in Pages, I'd encourage you to kind of reach out of your comfort zone and try out Google Docs, because it automatically saves your work, and it's always there and available to you if you have an internet connection. If you need to use Microsoft Word, then it's going to be a little bit more of a process to upload it as a Google Doc, but there's plenty of tutorials in Blackboard about that. So if you need to upload your work from a Word document, then you'll just need to take another couple steps there. Okay, I'll let you read this stuff. Again, be sure to check the PDF in the left-hand panel of Blackboard so you have the most recent copy of this. Google Drive, email, please check your email daily. This is going to be a really condensed summer session, so you don't want to miss anything. When you send me emails, you will need to include a subject heading. So it might be, you could just say English 1005 or more specific. Tell me your name and what your course and section are. I have a number of students and a number of courses and sections, so it's going to help me to identify you. If I just get like a real anxiety email with no information, I may not be able to be as helpful. Okay, and start with a formal greeting and a formal closing. Use correct spelling and grammar, all this stuff. It gets you ready for the real world where you're communicating with colleagues and employers, etc. So it's good stuff. More links here, the Writing Center. If you are a student veteran, or it's possible that you may get called up for duty, things like that, National Guard, then it's always a good idea to let your professors know up front, so that if the time comes and you need to kind of check out for a little bit, then there's no surprise there. So please, send a quick email if you're able to do that. Disability services, I get accommodations forms, and so I should have accommodations forms for everyone if you have one with CCRI, and if you want to follow that up with an email, then please do. Academic integrity, again, do your own work. Again, if it's not coming out of your own brain, then you need to say where it came from. And so if that's through AI, which is sort of it's original in a way, it's taking scrubbing the whole internet and creating these sort of ideas and word salads and things. But please, if there's any question, email me or look at the resources in Blackboard about how to use MLA citation format. Okay, and I'll let you read through that. Again, CCRI has its own college policy on academic dishonesty. So if it happens repetitively, then your name gets submitted to student services, the dean of students, and that's no fun. Verification of enrollment. This is my way of showing the college that you're in the course and you're doing the work. So if you're in person, you will need to show up for one of the first 2 meetings, otherwise you get dropped. And if you're online, that means you need to complete an assignment in that period. So if you check the course calendar in the announcements page, you'll see where that verification of enrollment deadline is. And a student who hasn't completed any work before that will get indicated as a no-show and will be dropped from the course. And here we are at the course outline. The course outline is an aspirational document, and so this is what I hope to get to, but please follow the Blackboard unit folders for what assignments that you need to complete. All right, so this is just your overview if you want to take a look. So the first essay will be a 3-paragraph self-introduction. We'll be watching a quick video on writing process, and you'll summarize that in your own words. Talking about transition words, first, second, third, finally, all that stuff. And think of your reader when you write, okay, whether it's a text or an email or an academic essay, that someone's reading this stuff. So guide them through it, make it easy. Your job in this course, as self-serving as it sounds, is to make my job easy. If I can find my way easily through your great ideas, then that's good communication, and the grade will generally reflect that. We'll have a descriptive essay, we'll have a cause-effect essay. The final essay is a persuasive research essay, and the last couple will use outside sources, so we'll be talking about MLA citation format and things like that. And then the last thing is a reflection final exam, which will be your sort of look back at the 6 weeks and see if there's a couple things that you'll be able to take forward with you. Okay, and so that is the CCRI English 1005 course syllabus. Again, thank you so much for watching and listening, and you have a great day.